Okay, story of our lives. I was editing this morning, long morning. I was up at 3 in the morning with Cassidy. She decided that was her morning. We ate breakfast at 4:30, went back to bed at 5:30, got up at 7:30. It's been crazy. And then I was editing, looked at my computer and did not think it was this late. Our appointment is right now and we still have to drive like 15 minutes. So we're going to be booking it right this second to my appointment. And I'm going to calmly tell you what this experience of a biopsy in a fertility clinic is like. It's gonna be great.
Do you need this book?
No, that's not.
Crazy.
Would you like to use that book? Callie, come here.
Wait, where's your language arts? Hey, have fun with Mimi. I didn't even preface. We are at Mimi and Papa's house. We spent the night actually because the last video you saw, Philip went in for a jolly old appointment that he was very excited about. And
you're talking about my exciting urology appointment.
So his appointment, so we decided to spend the night at Mimi and Papa's because my appointment was the very next day. I gotta do something with my Good morning, everybody.
Well, what happens, this doesn't happen often, but I put in that this appointment for you was at 11. And you put in that it was at 10.
It's at 10.
And you were right, and I was wrong.
No, I
feel bad, because I
didn't realize it was
I didn't think we had to leave till 10:30, and it started 30 minutes before that.
Yeah.
Hi, friends. Hope you're doing well today.
I called them, and they said as long as we were here, as long as we were there at 10:30, that it was gonna be fine, but
yeah.
GPS said 10:34.
Do you know what a great driver I am when I drive like Nicolas Cage?
You're gonna make up some time?
Yeah.
We'll see you safe and sound at the fertility clinic.
We'll be gone in 60 seconds.
Okay. We're here. We made it. Okay. We made it here. Okay, I told you guys that I was very hesitant about Lupron. If you miss our fertility plan video, you can go back a couple videos and watch that. But I am actually going to talk to the doctor before we go straight to the biopsy, because if I'm not willing to do the treatment, then what's the point on doing the test and spending the money on the test? So, yeah, and I also want to thank a lot of you that reached out to me to be aware and do my research on Lupron. I really actually appreciate that a lot. We made it.
What's going on, girl?
So we are...
That was a lot more clear than I was expecting, and I feel like that was
I feel like we walked through the paperwork.
So we're transferring from the elevator to a little local park near my mom's place, and we'll get you guys up there, get a little work done myself while the kids are outside, and then Alex is on an important phone call with one of our best friends, Julie. Kinsley, how did you become such a big girl and sister? Uh-oh. Hey, Cassidy! Good. Hey, I got some bad news for you, kid.
What?
Got some bad news for Cassidy.
What?
She's gonna have to get off the milk. Uh-oh.
We saw you.
That was a big jump. Okay, so... Okay, so we actually had a big, huge change of plans, and we're not doing the biopsy. So,
Mama, you want a pencil?
oh, thank you. I'd love one. Thanks, sweetie.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so instead of doing the biopsy, we're not doing it. So the biopsy was going to check for inflammation, and he said he's more inclined to do it when, is that noise annoying in the background? He said he's more inclined to do the biopsy. Oh gosh, there's so much noise, sorry. He said he's more inclined to do it when people have had failed transfers, or that they've had a failed transfer with a genetically normal embryo, or that they only have one embryo. Now he said you're not quite in that category. He said you only have one embryo that's normal, but technically we didn't, because we have gotten pregnant and successful with our normal embryo with Cassidy. And so he said if this embryo doesn't stick, he said he would be more inclined that it would be that our embryo is not as good of a quality as we had with Cassidy. He even said, he goes, oh, what a bummer. We have some actually really good quality embryos. I think it was a 4AA or maybe a 6AA, and that one is abnormal. So you can have an awesome, perfectly looking embryo and they will still not make it because they have a genetic composition that is not compatible with life. So it's all very interesting. I can't believe we're back on this road. Philip's doing great, holding tight with, he does not love the infertility journey. He would love for us to be knee deep into becoming farmers with our homestead, and I would too, but my passion has been reignited of our infertility community to not feel alone, and so I'm sharing the background of what it looks like on an infertility journey. So we're not doing the biopsy. That was going to check for inflammation, which would make him think the endometriosis is causing it, and so then they will put you on Lupron for 3 months. Well, I told him I was hesitant and probably going to say no to the treatment, which is Lupron. I don't want to do Lupron. I don't want to do the treatment, so then there's no point in doing the test. And he said he was actually fine with that. He said he was actually on the fence of like, should we do the biopsy or not? And me saying I don't want to do the treatment, it just pushed him over the edge of saying, okay, let's just not do it.
Sounds good.
You ready?
On your mark, get set, go, we're about to follow.
That's so fun. You like that?
Want to do it again?
Again? Up?
No. Let's go do it again. Now we're at the top. Okay.
Yeah.
Whee!
Okay, we've got like 3 minutes, then we're gonna go and eat lunch, because I'm hungry. But this is the girls' favorite activity that we do at the park together. Let's see if I can capture it. Okay, who's ready first?
Me. 4, 2, 3. Me, Mama again.
Your turn?
Eat your buns on. This is fun, guys. Catch me, Mama.
Ready?
Whee!
Go tight, 2 hands.
Oh, Mama, you are so
It's so high. We call it underdoggies. That's what we called it as a kid. Leave it in the comments below if you guys did it as a kid, or what you guys called it when you run underneath the person when you're pushing them. Cassie's not ready for underdoggies.
No.
Not yet. Is it fun?
And she's not ready for one of these swings. With the underdog. No way, Jose. She's too...
I think she's ready for a nap. Are you so tired? Do you know why you're tired?
Yeah.
3 a.m. is not your normal wake-up call. Okay. We had a nap between 5:30 and 7:30. That's not enough. Time for another nap. Okay. Long day, but we are finally home.
What do you say?
When did I get a mosquito bite?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
Our neighbor's house?
guys, I am not their spokesperson, but I can't speak highly enough about the bug bite thing.
It's really
I
absolutely
will
incredible.
leave a Amazon link in the description because literally I get annihilated by bugs, and if I catch it when I first get it, how many seconds has that been?
It's supposed to be 20, right? We're professional users of the bug bite thing at this point.
So you just suck it so it sucks out the saliva of the mosquitoes. I swear people are gonna be like, you love it that much? I really stinking do.
Cause
And then you wipe off the saliva. I'm not kidding. I get the worst bug bites, and then this will be gone in the morning. There will be no bug bite.
can we test it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It really is incredible.
Welcome home. Kids sleeping on both sides of this bathroom, so let's move that way. But look, putting it away as we go along.
Do you tell them that we've been learning about like ADHD online?
Okay, we've been doing a lot of research on ADHD, something that Philip struggles with if you guys have missed those videos. And sometimes we think I'm a little borderline. Philip thinks I'm more than borderline. But it's hard for an ADHD brain to stay on top of a clean house. Let's just focus on just that one little aspect.
Yeah.
So we've been working really hard and trying to put some coping skills in to really help keep it nice and tidy, and it's been working. So we're home. It's been a long day, and
It's been a really long week, but a great
Philip,
week.
I have a huge surprise for Philip, which he's already seen on a photo, but he hasn't seen in person yet.
No, I haven't seen in person. Have you?
No, they haven't even seen that room. So I will show just like a little clip of that room.
Oh, I'm so
I think you guys have seen a couple clips of our new room, but it's coming together. It's almost, wait!
What?
We have a railing!
That's not all.
I know. Yeah, it's not stained yet, but
I love
this
that.
is like a faux beam. It's just a piece of wood with two little things on the
Yeah.
side, and it's like
It's so pretty.
amazing.
It's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
I'm truly. Oh, they put a trim around there. They really tried to
they've been
finish.
working.
Yeah, they like it when we're not here.
Yeah, they get more work done when we're not here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
Oh man, itch, bug bite. So, I'm laughing that I talk about how we're keeping the house clean.
No, that's my. No.
This is just the lawn.
Yeah, but all of this is tools that we have to go through.
No, this is all. We just came home from Mimi and Papa's. But I have to say, I am thankful that I did not get the biopsy today. And have we even talked about our appointment? I don't think we haven't talked about it. Sorry guys. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. So the doctor sat down with us and we went through more of the paperwork. We went through explaining all of the embryos. So our embryo that was from our very first retrieval is a day 7, which means it's 7 days old. And so that's usually not a good sign, but when we explained it to him how it was a day 6, but then had to be biopsied to see the genetics, when we did genetic testing, our second round, it ended up becoming a day 7. So he was a lot more confident in that. It's so funny, just a few videos ago for you, but for us it was last week. I filmed the fertility plan, what the plan was going forward, and we talked about the BCL6 biopsy, which would have been today, and we chose not to do that. And he was very supportive. And so when he said that when we do these biopsies to see for inflammation or other things, you know, we're still learning, we're still kind of taking in that information, and it's not like, oh, it's like an absolute, we must know this. And when I said I really didn't want to do Lupron and I was probably not going to, he said, well, there's no reason for us to do the test, so let's just make it easier and just not do the test. So we're not doing the biopsy. And then we talked about the ERA, which is the endometrial receptivity assessment. It's the like how well your body is going to receive that embryo on a specific day and where your progesterone level is in comparison to that day, and do you need an extra 12 hours or 24 hours on progesterone before doing a transfer. So he said, which I'm glad, and I felt like this, that as long as we stick to the same protocol that we did for Cassidy, there's really not a reason that we need to be doing the ERA at all for us in our circumstance. So I'm happy about that. So now our goal is to get all of the paperwork from our old clinic to him so he can see exactly what the protocol is, so he can get comfortable with that. And next cycle, which should be in, I don't know where I'm at, maybe a week and a half or so. Once I start my next cycle, we'll be doing 2 tests next cycle, which will be the sonohystogram. So they're gonna check to see if my tubes are open, and also look and see if there's anything major in my uterus, like a big polyp or anything like that. And then do, which I've never done before, but I'm totally for it, is the transfer trial, I guess you would call it. And they pretty much practice as though they're going to do a transfer. So they're going to use the catheter, they're going to see how easily the catheter goes in. And what was funny is I felt very like, I have so much information about our fertility journey, and I said, well, I can tell you we need a ski tip, which means that they just bend it in a certain way for it to slide in through my cervix really easily. Is that too many words that it's like, I can't believe the word cervix is on the internet. Okay, but it's the way that they would transfer the embryo. And but he was saying, which was so, it was so funny, well, did you deliver vaginally or C-section? I said, vaginally. He goes, well, it could have changed because you have pushed out a baby now. And I thought it was so funny. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So now we will do a test to see how easily the catheter goes in through my cervix now that I've had a baby. And like, is there like a certain angle? Because sometimes they have to put the catheter kind of at like a 90-degree angle, just because like the way that it goes through your cervix kind of comes up a little bit. There's a lot to it. It's very interesting. Tired eyes at the end of the day. I was up at 3 in the morning. Can I tell you, I told you guys that they told me that my vitamin D level was low. And so I started taking vitamin D, and it feels like the placebo effect at this point, because I'm not even kidding. Within 2-3 days, I felt so much better. And it wasn't something that I was aware of like, oh, I'm taking this, so oh yeah, now I'm having energy. It was, I was waking up in the morning and I was able to get out of bed. For people who have major fatigue and know how difficult it is to get out of bed when you have fatigue issues, know how painful and how difficult that is. I have been able to get up out of bed and feel more rested. It's just, or like more energy almost, like, I don't know, it's really good. So I'm taking the Thorn brand, and I'm taking 5,000 IUs every day. And we're gonna, hopefully I can ask him to recheck however long and see if that's enough, and I can go up from there. So that's pretty much it. Next month we are going to do check the tubes, check how well a transfer would go, and measure the length of the catheter that they need and all the things. And then I asked him, I'm like, so then could we do the transfer after next cycle? And he pretty much didn't want to promise me anything. But if we can get the paperwork to him and everything, it might be pushing into the holidays, so then we might push it off until January. But I don't see a reason why we would go longer than that, because we really want to see, is this embryo going to take? And if not, we need to kind of make decisions going forward, because we do like our kiddos closer together in age. So anywho, that's our big update. Okay, I will end this video because I know my videos when it comes to infertility can get long because I've got a lot to share. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, what should I have them tell us? What question should I ask them if they made it to the end of this video?
Why don't you ask them where their favorite places to stay in the fall? Favorite place to travel in the fall?
Okay, if you made it to the end of this video, tell me in the comments if you prefer coffee or tea or neither. Leave it in the comments below. And extra credit if you do one of the coffee or hot cup emojis. Or if you're like me and it's coming into the fall, and do a cup of bone broth. That is where it's at. If you guys missed, I actually shared my bone broth recipe video a week and a half ago. And so you can go back a few videos and watch that. So good. But I will say that I'm experimenting with soaking the bones with the apple cider vinegar and the water overnight to see if I can pull out even more collagen. Plus, yes, a lot of recommendations from you guys. We have chicken feet that we also use, and that adds a lot of collagen. Random fact at the end of the video. So there you go. Anyways, I will see you guys in our next video. Go let your love multiply.